On the morning of September 22, 2023, the Syrian president, who was invited to attend the opening ceremony of the Asian Games in Hangzhou, took his wife and children to visit the famous Buddhist temple in Hangzhou, Lingyin Temple. In order to welcome this crowd of foreigners, Lingyin Temple made two exceptions. First, it opened its main gate, which had been closed for a long time. Second, it laid a long red carpet at the main entrance. It's reported that prior to 1949, the last person to enter through the main entrance of Lingyin Temple was Emperor Kangxi of the Qing dynasty. Later, when Emperor Qianlong paid a private visit to Lingyin Temple, it was late in the day, and the abbot, the head of the temple, didn't recognize the emperor and forbade him to enter through the main gate. The emperor didn't mind and went in through the side door, but after going in, he made a rule: from now on, no one shall enter through the front door. After 1949, the main gate of this temple was said to have opened only for Deng Xiaoping, the second Chinese Communist Party (CCP) leader. The Assad regime in Syria has a terrible international reputation and is subject to sanctions. But on September 22nd, Lingyin Temple broke a century-old rule and greeted the Syrian president in a high-profile ceremony. He interacted with the crowd, but the northern accent was heard in the crowd, not the local southern accent. It was suspected that what was present were crowd actors.
Hello. Welcome to China.
欢迎欢迎。全家都是。
全家。
How are you? Hello. You're beautiful. You're very beautiful. You have a beautiful country. Hello.
欢迎欢迎欢迎。
Hello. 谢谢大家啊，谢谢。
哎呀妈，我跟总统握手。
One speculation is that the CCP leader Xi Jinping secretly visited the Lingyin Temple to offer incense. The open gate and red carpet of Lingyin Temple were in fact prepared for Xi. On the afternoon of September 22nd, Xi met with Assad at the West Lake State Guesthouse in Hangzhou, 6 kilometers away from the Lingyin Temple. Whether it was Xi's secret visit to the temple or Xi's treating foreign guests to a tour of the temple, it may indicate that Xi still has a faint belief in the divine and the Buddha. Later, people noticed a suspected tablet of national fortune of the People's Republic of China enshrined in the Lingyin Temple. No one knows when this tablet appeared. This is a very strange thing. How can the Communist Party, which believes in Marxism-Leninism, believe in the divinity? The heart of the matter is that Marxism-Leninism believes in atheism, and atheism and theism are fundamentally at odds with each other. This tablet of national fortune inscribes the People's Republic of China. People live well, world peace, national foundation forever, prosperity and glory. It's a great irony that the CCP, which believes in atheism, is installing a tablet in a Buddhist temple. If Xi Jinping secretly offers incense to this tablet, it's a sign that he may be facing a crisis in power. Every time there is a major event in China, the security forces will step up their crackdown on human rights activists. The opening of the Asian Games is no exception.
Well, hello there, Officer Lee. You just came to our door to install surveillance there in the hallway. This is you, the public security, coming to my door again. I'm Huang Lanzhen at room 203, Unit 1, Building 63, Canal Garden, Beigang Street, Zhonglou District, Changzhou City, Jiangsu Province. Take a look at the entrance to my building. You see, 8 cameras. It used to be 7. Now, together with the one you installed today, it's 8. And this is the one by public security surveillance. That is a public area. Which building entrance? The entire canal garden. Which neighborhood? Which building entrance has so much surveillance? If you're not targeting me, who are you targeting? Which place has so many surveillance cameras? Here is one facing my apartment, the one on top. There's another one here. There's one facing my unit on the 3rd floor. Do you see? This one's facing the top.
Look at this important notice to all residents. According to the requirements of the Ministry of Public Security, the opening ceremony of the Asian Games is scheduled for September 23rd in the afternoon from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. All windows in the neighborhood need to be closed. The police will be stationed in neighborhoods on that day. Please be sure to close windows when you go out to avoid unnecessary inconvenience to you. Thank you for your cooperation. There is a seal attached to the curtain of this window. Please do not open it. It is everyone's responsibility to safeguard the Asian Games. Curtain closed until October 28, 2023. Moreover, on the first day when Hangzhou implemented the Asian Games traffic restrictions, very little traffic was seen on the road during the after-work rush hour. Blockades are everywhere, causing inconvenience to people's mobility, and a lot of delivery guys have been blocked as well. As mentioned before, security forces will be used to crack down on dissidents, and they are also sent out to patrol the city to prevent surprises. This is the opening ceremony day. Hangzhou looks like it's facing a major attack. The road is full of police officers. The streets are dotted with police, and yellow vests form a human wall that is labor-intensive. The subway is also patrolled by police. But even with all the police we've seen, it seems like the security force is still not enough. Hangzhou Daily Settlement Work came to me and asked if I was available to work. It's the kind of temporary laborer who is paid daily when work is over, and it's very simple. Recently, our subway security has been looking to hire, and we pay daily. Anyone who is interested can come to me to work as a subway security guard during this period. You just need to stand on the spot. We need a large number of security guards during this time anyway, and we can pay daily, and we need people every day. We pay US $36 a day. It can be arranged. Although the Chinese are living such an inconvenient life, the treatment the CCP gives to foreign guests is completely different. This is the state dining room for the Asian Games in Hangzhou. It looks luxurious. How is it paid? It's paid for by the hard-working Chinese people, of course.
The table arrangement of this welcome luncheon is designed with the theme of Zhe, the short name for Zhejiang province where the Asian Games is hosted. And it also rhymes with this. So Zhe mountain or this mountain, Zhe water or this water, and Zhe road or this road. Zhe here refers to Zhejiang. It's said that Zhejiang province is like a poem and a beautiful picture, a paradise on earth. We can see on the small area of the dining table, a lovely picture is outlined, with the water flowing in the mountains and the people wandering around in the painting. Let's get into the details and have a look at what's on this long stroll. Let's take a look at the west end. It's the western part of the landscape of Zhejiang. It has the landscape of the Qiantang River and fishing villages. And at the far end of the table, there are islands of East Zhejiang and the road leads to them. You can see it's typical of Zhejiang's culture and natural landscape. In addition, I also noticed a detail I would like to share with you. We see at the bottom of the landscape there are 19 different lines. Let's guess what these lines are for. That's right, the answer is revealed. Don't they look like runways? And the 19 runways represent the theme of the 19th Asian Games in Hangzhou. So actually, besides the table arrangement, there are a lot of details on the whole table that will make people's eyes pop. For example, this set of tableware. On the surface, you can see the beautiful landscape engraved. There is even the Leifan towel hidden in the landscape. On this side, there is a very fine napkin buckle, on which is the beautiful scenery of the West Lake. You can see that these creative design arrangements not only reflect the unique charm of the poetic and painting-like Zhejiang, but also show the subtle romance unique to the Chinese.
Fake in China is everywhere. In this grand event of the Asian Games, the same element also appeared. On the evening of September 23rd, residents of Hangzhou went to the opposite side of the Asian Games Stadium to watch the fireworks of the opening ceremony. They discovered that the fireworks in the live broadcast actually didn't exist in reality.
What's this? There are fireworks in the video and they're not over here. Why?
People at the scene were counting down with excitement and enthusiasm, ready for the fireworks, but the result was surprising. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nothing?
The digital torch-bearer is now taking big strides.
Okay, here is the digital person coming. It's coming, it's coming. There are none on the Qiantang River. Some commented that if the fireworks had to be faked, it probably suggests the spending is seriously over budget. According to a study by the Zhejiang Provincial Bureau of Statistics, even after deducting funds for venue construction, Hangzhou still invested at least RMB 200 billion or US 27.4 billion in urban infrastructure during the period of 2016 to 2020 in preparation for the Asian Games. It's about twice as much as for the 2010 Asian Games in Guangzhou. Prior to 2016, when the budget was made, the government was prepared to invest US 21.9 billion for the Asian Games. Whereas in 2015, the fiscal revenue of Hangzhou City was only US 30 billion, and the fiscal revenue of Zhejiang Province was only US 65.8 billion. That is to say, when the plan was first made for the Asian Games, it was going to cost 70% of Hangzhou's fiscal revenue in a year. Despite that, it looks like now it must have overspent. A report by the Olympic Council of Asia said that sponsorship revenue for the Hangzhou Asian Games was estimated to be 6 billion yuan, and copyright revenue was estimated to be 4 billion yuan, for a total income of 10 billion yuan, or 1.37 billion US dollars. It's far less than the expenditures. This means that the Hangzhou Asian Games will end with a huge loss. Where has this money been spent? Odds are there is little to no way for outsiders to know. There are likely to be many unexpected incidents that need to be dealt with. For example, the CCP launched artificial precipitation bombs for the smooth weather for the opening ceremony. They were used to guarantee clear skies in the subsequent days. A netizen commented that before the opening ceremony, precipitation rounds were shot to the point of smoking. The sky cleared up in the afternoon. Some netizens also said that in order to protect the opening of the Asian Games, Hangzhou had all the rain fall in advance. The post shows that the customized weather special aircraft has taken off. The use of large-scale artificial augmentation operations in the upper reaches of precipitation clouds accelerates the spread of the energy of the weather system, while enabling the rapid formation of water droplets in the air and their early landing on the ground, thus ensuring good weather during the scheduled time period. Speaking of prosperity, it's what the CCP has always wanted the world to see, such as its massive monetary spending, the Belt and Road, and welcoming foreign guests to the Central Asia Summit at the ancient architecture of the Tang Dynasty in Xi'an in May 2023. Or perhaps the CCP wants to have the grandeur of all nations coming to pay homage to it, like in the Tang Dynasty of ancient China. In this instance, China sent a special Air China plane to pick up the Syrian president to come to Hangzhou to prop up the occasion. This is the scene of the welcome reception at the airport. The CCP has spent hundreds of billions of RMB to build the Hangzhou Asian Games, and in fact, only 7 countries sent dignitaries to attend. Sources say at least 2 of them were picked up by military planes sent by the CCP. On September 23rd, Xi Jinping personally announced the opening of the Asian Games in Hangzhou. The opening ceremony featured the usual extravagant show. The 7 foreign dignitaries in attendance included the Kuwaiti Crown Prince, the Syrian President, the East Timor Prime Minister, the Cambodian King, the Malaysian Parliament Speaker of the House of Commons, the Prime Minister of South Korea, and Nepal's Prime Minister. Except for Syria, East Timor, and Nepal, the other 4 dignitaries are not heads of power in their own countries, but the CCP has offered all of them a high-profile reception in Hangzhou. During the live broadcast, netizens noticed that a pair of Chinese were holding the sign for China, which is fine. But why are a pair of Chinese holding the sign for Afghanistan too? On the evening of September 21st, during the soccer match between North Korea and Kazakhstan, some audience members noticed that the cheering squad of North Korea next to them seemed to be Chinese. Netizens compared the video of the North Korean cheerleaders filmed at the scene and the real North Korean cheerleaders at the Asian Games in 2018. Indeed, there seems to be a big difference. Netizens commented that the Chinese impersonators didn't look like the North Korean cheerleaders. One can tell from their facial expressions to their gestures. Also, the ones with Apple Watches were too far from the typical North Korean cheerleaders. As we all know, in North Korea, other than Kim Jong-un, virtually no one has Apple products. A Chinese netizen also revealed on social media that his wife, an employee of a state-owned enterprise, was forced to be a volunteer, posing as a spectator in the stadium every day. A netizen uploaded a video saying that there were only 2 people on the train coming back from the game's opening ceremony. My gosh, it's just the 2 of us. After watching the opening ceremony of the Asian Games and on our way back home, we see special designated vehicles everywhere. See, the subway is just the 2 of us, no one else. The subway is just running for the 2 of us. Some people realize that there existed a hired audience. China is really busy implementing all kinds of fake and face-saving projects. On the one hand, it sent special planes to pick up its impoverished brothers. On the other hand, it arranged fake cheerleading squads to the field. Hangzhou is a beautiful city. There has long been a saying in China that there is a paradise above and Suzhou and Hangzhou below. It means that Suzhou and Hangzhou are very beautiful as a paradise. Hangzhou is beautiful in its unique way, and you don't need to spend a fortune to dress it up. In 2016, the 11th G20 summit was held in Hangzhou. According to Radio Free Asia, a perceptive Chinese official at the time wrote a commentary article titled, "Hangzhou, shame on you." It reads, "This time Hangzhou demonstrates the sadness of a city, and even more so the sadness of a country. Those who are confident don't need to panic when they hear that guests are coming. The person who is sincere in his heart doesn't have to pretend before the guest arrives. He who has friends coming does not have to drive his own people away before guests arrive. Being highly alarmed and cautious and then putting on a heavily painted face isn't hospitality, but more like getting ready to face the enemy. Hangzhou, why can't you just meet the world with a simple and normal face, with a sense of normalcy and openness? The author of this article was a civil servant from Zhejiang province. He published the article in his QQ personal space under the screen name Bottle. He was later arrested by the authorities on charges of rumor mongering and slander and placed in administrative detention for 10 days. Afterward, he was dismissed from public office. 7 years later, nothing has changed. With China's economy continuing to deteriorate, another grand sports event in Hangzhou at an even more staggering cost, or even arguably on a larger scale, was all for the purpose of satisfying the CCP's sense of vanity. It spared no cost or effort. Massive amounts of funds flow quietly into the pockets of the powerful and rich through glamorous facelift projects. What happens to the huge debt that has been created? Inevitably, it's passed on to the people.